second was or how that happened. But like Nick said, or like Dean said, and I love some of his points, seeing some of the OGs walk around with their chest still out, with their back still upright, you know, and being outside, letting that sun keep you erect, keep you healthy, and having that great attitude, I think goes a long way. And I think the more that we celebrate that, the movement, the great classical music that we get to go to at these events, especially when we down in Atlanta and in the summer jams in New York, I think that shit keeps you young. And so the kids and everything, that's
we lost him. Then we lost him at the end, but he made a great point. I love the diabetes. I love the diabetes line. That was great. Like, I need to say that.
Let me ask you this, Nick. So, you know, you're around a lot of young artists who, you know, fancy themselves being like, you know, at the top of their game in their prime or whatnot. And so, how do they look at you and receive you, you know, with your grades and like? But everybody knows you've been in the music forever. So, like, do they feel like they gotta listen to you? Do they feel like you aged out, or are we doing a good job of keeping fresh so the information doesn't get, like, you know, looked over?
I mean, you know what? I'm going to tell you what's weird. It's like sometimes I'll interact with some of the younger artists and I'm like, okay, I can feel the disconnect. But then if somebody comes in the room, or if somebody, you know, just somebody in the office is like, yo, you know, or, you know, just or even a manager, they may have a manager that is aware of me and they're like, yo, you know, Nick did that. Then the artist and the attitude and everything shifts because they're like, okay, gotcha. He's done something that they feel deserves a level of respect, right? But just on its face of just, I walk in the room, I don't think that there's the like, oh, okay, you know, here come this dude, because I don't know. I feel like younger artists are looking for younger people in the office to connect with, right? So I think that and I could be wrong, maybe Dean, Isaac, or somebody who else is Dre, who I know, you know, is in the music business, who, you know, you may have a difference of opinion, but I feel like when we walk in the room, I feel like the kids are looking for other kids. They feel like if I have another kid in the room or somebody that's 25 in the room, they'll understand me, understand the music, understand the direction a little bit better. But there does seem to be a respect or a deference to experience, especially if the experience is linked to something that they respect. When people walk in the room, they say, yo, you know, Nick did this, he did Jeezy, or he started the Coalition DJs, or, you know, Nick just, you know, did the thing with 12E and with Paris Fashion Week. Everybody's like, oh, okay, now it's like, let me pay attention. But on its face, I don't know. I don't think so.
I got to piggyback off what you just said, Nick. It's definitely important to connect with these younger kids on something that they can like look at and respect. I'm older than a lot of people on stage, but I feel like I'm 25. I try to do everything young, but I just try to be mature in all the business that I do. So if you still have kind of that young energy, but you're still bringing the professionalism on it.
What happened, Dre?
Damn, Dre.
For me, the marketing of getting old is knowing what all this new slang is, but not having to use the slang. That's just an example,
exactly.
Right? Knowing what the kids are doing without doing what the kids are doing, right? And I think that hip-hop, music, entertainment, as well as social media, is the first time we've all been this super connected, where we've all been in a room together. Social media, used as an example, when you was younger, it was like, yo, the kids can't be in this room with the grown folks while the grown folks talking. Now the kids are on the same platform while the grown folks are talking. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of it.
That's why I feel that's a great bridge. Yeah, I think we have a great bridge.
Yeah, it's like you can't even. I remember your parents used to try to talk in code around you when you was little because they didn't think you knew what they were talking about. Now you can't even talk in code around the kid because the kids know the codes.
No, it's real. But like, I think Gary made this point earlier in the call, right? Like, we are the first generation. I think the first generation that now. How we like, even Ray Daniels made this point one time. Ray said, you know, we're the first generation that's listening to the same music as our kids, and like, you know, in real time, right? Like, you know, when we were young, we listened to the Isley Brothers and all of that stuff with our parents, but that was our parents' music. But it was something that we heard around the house, and so we learned a lot of those Marvin Gaye songs and Isley Brothers. But like now, it is not odd to see a parent and a child both listening to Sexy Red or whatever.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or whatever. That's not you. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's where we are, right? You know, that's where we are, and we are now. You know, aging doesn't look so bad. I think that's the thing. I think now Tiff, you know, she the kids think I'm corny, but I know this. When her daughter sees Tiff in a nice dress and her heels, her daughter's like, oh my God, I want to borrow that dress. I want to wear those shoes. And like she looks at her mom like, okay, my mom is still popping. You know what I'm saying? Like these artists, when they see me on Instagram, like I had the flamethrower over the weekend. I don't know who follows me on the gram and see me with the flamethrower.
That was crazy.
But I had like 4 or 5 artists be like, hey, yo, where you get the flame? Freddie Gibbs hit me. Like, you know what I'm saying? My man Zandman.
He's like, I need that.
Yo, where you get the flamethrower from? And it's like, the thing about aging is like, yo, it's like I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? Like I still do cool stuff. I have access to cool things. And I think that's the most important thing to show somebody that's young is like, hey, you realize that when you hit 30, it ain't over. When you hit 35, there's still places to try, things to do, things to buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there was a point where we all looked at adulthood as like, as soon as I'm ready to like assume all the responsibilities and stop having fun, I will then become an adult. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like adulthood is where fun dies. Use
fashion as an example, right? When mom and daughter can go, not saying that this is Tip, but just in general, when mom and daughter can both shop on Shein or Fashion Nova, when son and father can both shop on Shein men or Fashion Nova men or Uniqlo, right? Now, right, you can still like go to those places like going into Macy's. I'm going to the kids section, you going to the adult section, right? But it's almost like the touch point is different. The communication style is different. The social media point is different, right? You can see who's following what. Damn, I can go see Nick is following Nike and New Balance and Kith. Oh shit. Okay, so Nick must like Kith or whatever. Like you can just see it now. You couldn't see those things before unless you were talking about it. You can actually see all those things.
Hey Nick, I got a question for you, Dean, Dre. As far as the OG thing and like the aging staying attractive, right? Like you said, the old school music and things of that nature, it was somewhat of untouchable because we couldn't relate to it until our parents played it. Well, I think about the OGs, the A&Rs, the Quincy Jones, like being in the studio with a Jay-Z, a Beyonce. I liken that to these cats going to a Colorado to play for Coach Prime, like being able to go to a Bethune if Ed Reed would have been able to stay there. Like those guys, those people, those women, they have a body of experience and information. I think that is uncanny that you can't compare, you can't expedite, you can't do that thing with that expertise and that experience represents. And so I feel like that being, you know, put on a pedestal and being reminded, is that still a thing? Because like you said, because everyone has so much access to everything, they think they also can minimize experience. And I totally disagree with that. What do you guys think?
I agree. Cool. Yeah. Experience. See, the experience is the thing that I always kind of emphasize this to my kids, right? Like the things that y'all are trying to do, I'm not telling you not to do them or to do them because I'm just always right or because I'm dad and you ought to just listen to me. I'm telling you, I tried that already. I did that already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm not going to take you down a path that's going to make you look crazy. I'm telling you, okay, cool. Do that thing, but if you do it, here are the possible outcomes here. And this is not me trying to limit you. This is not me trying to say that you can't do it because I couldn't do it. This is like, all right, cool. Let me tell you how this is going to play. And then because you know kind of how it's going to play, maybe you can make, you can zig a little bit where I didn't. And maybe now it makes a little bit more sense. But like experience is everything, bro. Like you got to have it and people do respect.
Yeah, you got to stop saying because I told you so. Like the older generation did that all the time because I told you so. So we never got a real answer. Now this generation is like really explaining it. Like, oh, you shouldn't do that because of this. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I won't do that.
Yeah, because that's what I want to know. It's like because the youth has always kind of minimalized, like experienced. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't always valued it. You know, when I was young. You know what I'm saying? So, like with regards to aging gracefully and the topic of the situation, the topic of today's room, like how is it that how do we make it so that way the youth doesn't minimize the information? That's why I was just like, well, shit, nigga, you look cool, you know all the rappers, you got, you know what I'm saying, you have all the
with
action,
you,
like
put them in the field with you. And I'm gonna say this again: this is where the entertainment industry, and Nick, I know you could talk to this, is vary some other things, right? When you could quote unquote take your kids to work with you, right? Like I seen Nick, you know Big Sam that do security? I think you know Sam. Long story short, I seen Sam yesterday. He got a security company, but he also got sell the fences and all that for events and stuff. I seen him. He said, "Yeah, I got my son out here working with me now." I was like, damn. That's how I know I'm getting older. I remember when Sam's son was 5, 6 years old. Now he out there 18, 19, 21, helping his dad run the company, right? When you put your child in the field, that's where they get their experience from. You don't want your child to get the field experience for real from somebody else. That can goddamn fuck them up. Don't nobody really have your child's best interest, honestly. For real, for real. Put your child in the field with you. Take him to work with you. Take him around with you. Move him around with you, right? The other part of that is, I always look at other things, it's hey, man, and I may be going off course, but from a safety standpoint, if you a parent, mom or dad, and you got some respect out here, you got a good, clean face out here, when your child got into the world, people going to look after your child. Even if it's from a long distance. I seen somebody yesterday, young boy, 19, 21, yo, Dean, yo, what up, it's T? Oh, you know my dad. I'm like, oh, damn, what's up, man? You good? You straight? You know what I said to him? Hit me if you need anything. If you got any issues, hit me. Because I know who his father is. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have to text his father to tell him I said that, but I know who his father is. So out of respect of me knowing who his father is, yo, hit me. You got any problems out here? You need anything, hit me.
And
we don't got that.
One thing that, fellas, we got to stop getting offended when folks refer to us as You know what I mean? We are definitely in the era right now, and that is something that we definitely need to. You know what I mean? I'm actually right now while we talking at my doctor's office about to go get a checkup because I turn 45 next week. And so before I hop off, I just want to make sure that we understand that right now we need to be present in the 40s. So brothers, please go get checkups. It's a lot of us that avoid doing that, and we trying to, in terms of the marketing, growing old or whatever, that is part of it right there. It's understanding the moment and where you are, and don't forget where you are. So in the present moment, fellas, 40s, go get checkups, please, so we can be around in the 50s and 60s to talk about more marketing shit.
They see what happened to Kevin Samuel.
Let's do it. Hey, we got about 4 minutes left. I see Belinda down there. I see a little reflection. I mean, if we got time, Gary, it's up to you. If we got time to bring them up real quick. They got to make it kind of quick, though, because we are at the tail end.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I tried to bring you up, reflection. All right, Belinda, let's do it. Where you calling from, and what would you like to add to the conversation? Good morning.
California.
Hey, good morning, all the way out from Cali.
Yeah.
Who would you like to add to the conversation?
Yeah, I'm wondering, how old are you to be? Let's see the title up here. Marketing getting old. How old are you calling old?
I don't know. Well, I guess it's in the eye of the beholder, right? So, I don't know. How would you define old?
Okay, because I'm 67.
Oh, man. All right.
You still somebody's baby, I'm sure.
No, my mother died a long time ago.
Oh, no.
Anyway, I find the new generation, the generation that they call Gen Z, I find them very, very disrespectful. I don't know if they parents. No, I ain't gonna blame it on their parents because
you can.
No, because parents do the best they can with what they have. And it's when you get to be 20 something, it's on you. You have gotten your morals, you have gotten your things from all your parents, and it's up to you how the way you want to use it. And you choosing it to use it the wrong way, that's on you.
Yeah.
I don't know about I I don't know about growing old. It's a process, and you change each generation. Each 10 years, you change.
Mm-hmm.
Each thing you feel a different thing, different. So, my generation in the 60s, we failed the generation of the 40s because we didn't teach you any damn thing. I'm finding out that most of you don't even know they don't know how the government works. I don't know if it was the school didn't teach you anything, so it was up to us to do it, and we didn't do that.
I mean, I can appreciate that. I appreciate. So I have a question, Miss Belinda. Like, who got you on Fanbase? Because you're obviously aging differently because you care about social media, obviously.
You're in between him.
Say that again.
You in between him. He in the middle of you. Isaac.
Oh, Isaac got you on. Gotcha.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I saw him. I watch Roland Martin every day.
Okay.
And he was on Roland Martin, and he said I had already invested in Fanbase, and I found that out from there too. And he said, if you're invested in there, why don't you use it? So I know how to use social media, so I came on. I bought my golf club on, and too bad don't nobody in here know how to play golf, but one person. But
how you know we don't play no golf around here? We might be right.
Because I asked.
See? Greg got his club on him right now.
That's right.
Right now. Well, thank you for that, Miss Belinda. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. That was cool.
Y'all, I'm praying for y'all because that's all I can say.
Well, your prayers are working.
Absolutely.
No,
thank you, Miss Belinda.
She said no, it's not.
Hey, Miss. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I love about that. Miss Belinda said she was 67. Now I don't know who the youngest person on this call is. I know it's not me. I know earlier one of y'all. I don't know if it was Scale or Noel. Somebody turned 35. I'm curious as who's like. Maybe we can put it in the chat. Like if anybody in here is like. If you think you're the youngest person in the room, just put your age in the chat. I'm just curious to see the age range of people that we have on this call. That's why I think this is like super, super cool. Because I know we got 33, 26. Okay, so we got a 26-year-old in the room and a 67-year-old in the room. Like, that's ill to me. So I love that. I love that this call attracts that wide of a range. I appreciate everybody who jumped in and contributed to the conversation and in the chat. Y'all are dope. Love y'all for it, and I appreciate every week that y'all get on and do this with me, man, because like I said, it really does do something for me personally, and I hope it does something for y'all, even if it just kind of gets your brain kind of churning, or it causes a conversation at your job or at your house where you kind of discuss what we discuss on the call later on. So, I'm happy that we're able to kind of spark something week to week. We do this every single Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Fanbase. I appreciate all of y'all. We will be right back here next week with a new topic. And tell a friend to tell a friend, guys. You know what I'm saying? The weather's getting warm. And, I know last year around this time, the numbers kind of dipped because everybody was kind of out free-flowing doing the thing. But we always grow in the fall and the winter. But I would love to see more and more people join this call and contribute and make us a little bit smarter. So I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next week. Love and respect. And that's it, man. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Have a good day, everyone.
Tasha, you still here?
She is. Maybe.
Hey.